Hello people of the internet, so I go by the name of Cyberzak, and this is a tips and trick video for the Scout. So basically in this video I'll teach you a few things about the Scout, but I won't go down on everything. I won't go down showing you every single weapon and how to be the best Scout ever and all that. I'll just show you what you need to know and how to be a good Scout. There will be no MLG Pro tactics with like MLG mouses with the sensitivity up to ultra million. It's just going to be plain and simple. So, the Scout has a base health of 125, and a medic can boost it to about 185, which is very low, but the Scout's speed is 135%, and that's pretty ridiculous for a class. So it's pretty easy getting out of those tricky situations, and you can dodge pretty well, and you can get your way to a health kit pretty fast. Okay, so now I'm going to give you 3 quick tips on how to be a better Scout. So number 1, activate fast weapon switching in the options. You go in the options and you go, I think it's advanced in controls or somewhere. I will put a picture up showing you. You activate this and you can just switch your weapons faster when you use the mouse wheel. So when you use the mouse wheel, it'll just scroll from 1 to 3 within seconds without going through some horrible menu. And it will just generally help with a lot of things. You can get from your primary to your secondary very quick. The Scout has 2 special abilities, which are double jump, allowing the Scout to do another jump once he's jumped already. So he's a bit like Mario, he'll jump and then you can jump again once you're in midair, which is helpful. Also, the Scout will count as 2 players when capturing or pushing a cart. When you're capturing a point, you will count as 2 players, and when pushing a cart, you will count as 2 players, which enables double the pushing or capturing speed. Now onto the final tip, which is tip number 3. So if you're a complete noob to the game, you won't have that many weapons, but if you've been playing it for a while, you'll have a few. So this tip doesn't really apply to you if you're a complete noob. A good thing to do is mix and match your weapons. Say if you've got the Sandman and the new Guillotine, they go very well, but you could just mix and match around. Like the Soda Popper won't go well with the Criticola. The Soda Popper will go well with something like a pistol maybe, but just mix and match. I'm not the best with this, I don't do it too often, I usually go for sets, but mix and match and find some good combinations. Now I am moving on to the 3 weapons that Scout has, and the first one is the primary weapon, which is the scattergun. The scattergun. It's a default weapon for the Scout, and its ammo is about 32, and its clip size is 6, which is the highest clip size out of all the Scout weapons so far, and it does a damage of 10 to around about 40 at medium range, and more at close range and less at long range. Most people would stick to using the scattergun, not using other primary weapons, but it's good to experiment with different loadouts, and I find the Force of Nature is a very good weapon, and the close-up damage is 92 to 113, which is pretty high for a gun, but you've only got 2 shots in the clip, and I don't know how much you've got overall. But this gun will pack a lot of punch if you do use it, so experiment with the both and see which one you find the best. The Scout has a wide range of secondary items, from a German-style pistol to a glass of milk. There are 2 consumable drinks he has, which are the Bonk Atomic Punch and the Criticola. The Bonk causes the player to be immune from all damage and unable to attack, but it lasts for 8 seconds. The Criticola, when used, all damage dealt and damage taken are mini crits, which does 2 times more damage, I think, and it also lasts for only 8 seconds. Both of these items have a recharge time of 24 seconds. Okay, so now we're on to the melee weapons. The Scout has a ton of melee weapons, from the bat, to the Sandman, to the Holy Mackerel, to the Sun Stick. But I'm just going to tell you my 3 best in opinion. It's not going in any order, I'm just going to tell you the 3 best in my opinion. Number 1 is the Atomizer. It grants you the ability to triple jump, but deals 10 points of damage on the 3rd jump. But it also has a 30% slower firing speed and deals 20% less damage. Number 2 is the Sandman. If you right click, it will launch a baseball which can stun enemies between 1 to 8 seconds depending on the distance. It will recharge over 15 seconds, or you can pick it back up off the ground. It can, if you shoot it at a heavy and they get stunned from 1 to 8 seconds, you could go up to them and shotgun them, which is pretty good, and you can just shotgun them a few times and you'll take down their health quite a lot. Now number 3, be warned, this is one of the best Scout weapons. It's ridiculously overpowered. It is the Holy Mackerel. And yes, it's a fish. It's a fish. And it doesn't do any more damage or anything than it usually should. It's just got the same damage as a normal bat, but it's a fish, so that's why it's overpowered. It's a fish. People are scared of the fish. And it has fish icons when you kill someone. And that is awesome. So, there you go. You can decide which 3 you would prefer to use if you have those items. I wouldn't recommend using too many of the other ones, but you can look through, experiment with your combinations. So the Scout is a very offensive player, and you're going to want to get him on the points in capture point or King of the Hill, and you're going to want to get him capturing them points for your team, so your team doesn't lose. Since he captures them at a double speed rate, you're going to want to get him on there fast, because you are a very fast class. But you're very offensive as well, and you could sneak around and take down medics if you be careful not to be killed by your heavy. But that's a bit more advanced. Also, I advise not running around with super high sensitivity and just spamming your shotgun everywhere. Time your shots wisely if you're fighting another speedy class like a medic or a scout. Be careful with your shots, and don't go too mad with your aim. Try and keep your aim on the target all times, which does sound a bit weird, but especially with a class like the heavy, usually you don't keep it always on the target because the hitboxes are a bit mad, especially with a pistol. We're not going to go into any of that now, but just remember, keep your aim not too jerked and don't spin around your mouse too much. Now, the Scout has only one item set, and item sets are when you have all the certain items equipped and it gives you a bonus. And the only Scout one is the Special Delivery, which includes the Short Stop, a primary weapon, the Mad Milk, a secondary weapon, and the Holy Mackerel, which we've just discussed, and it's a melee weapon. And the Milkman, which is a hat. But when this is all equipped, you will get 25% max health on the wearer, which is good because it will boost your health from 125 to 150, which is pretty helpful if you're into those situations and there's another Scout trying to kill you and he gets a shot on you, and that shot does 125% damage. That will save you a little bit more because you'll only be going back down to your normal percentage of health. And this set is pretty cool. It's one of the better sets in Team Fortress 2, and I would recommend using it if you can get your hands on the Milkman and the 3 other weapons for the Scout. Okay, and this is the end of my Team Fortress 2 Scout tips and tricks. The next one will be out soon. I can't remember which class it will be. I should check, really. Okay, so I checked, and it's going to be the Soldier, I believe. So I've just recently had my birthday, and the day of recording tonight is my birthday. And I got a better processor, which is awesome. So I'm recording these commentaries like easy in like bam bam bam, like in seconds now. You can go watch it on my channel if you want some of my live commentaries. But these will try, hopefully, be back on track and uploading them as normal, these tips and tricks. But also remember to go check out my channel and subscribe to MMO Ownage. My name's been Cyberzak. Check out both those channels as you do all the cool things you do, like the likes and the favourites and blah blah blah. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.